Hi folks, I'm Scott Mason. Mother Nature makes trees in every size, shape, and color imaginable. Now watch as I show you some easy techniques for making great looking trees for your model railroad. I want to talk a little bit about tree placement thoughts, and there really is a philosophy to the groupings of trees and how they're placed in a scene, whether it's a diorama or a model railroad. And the first aspect that I want you to think about is what I call the theory of odd numbers. I prefer to group trees in odd numbers versus even numbers. I think they just look better. So, I'll do a standalone tree, or I'll do them in groups of 3, 5, 7, or 9. I just generally don't like the look of even numbered placement trees. To me, they tend to look boxy and square, and I want to try to avoid that. I also vary the heights of trees. As you can see in the background here, I've got trees of several different heights, and to me it adds interest. If all my trees were the same uniform height all the way across, it would look a lot like a wall, and they would tend to blend together. But by varying the height and also keeping them in odd numbers, I can make sure that some interest stays in the scene. Also, you'll notice in this scene that I've got trees of several different shades of green. I've got dark green pine trees, I've got lighter green pine trees, a medium green, and then I've got some hardwoods using the peppergrass material that are even another shade of green. Next, I want to talk about forced perspective. Forced perspective is the principle of working larger objects in the front of the scene and smaller objects to the back. And what that does is it adds depth to the scene. Most of our model railroads are fairly shallow in depth. So by creating the sense of distance by using smaller objects in the rear, you're going to add some depth to the scene and make the model railroad look bigger. So a good example of this is that I've already got some small trees in the back here, and I want to add some larger trees to the front. And I've already drilled some holes and just plunk them in place. And these obviously are meant to represent standalone, but you can see how that creates a sense of a deeper background with the smaller trees in the back. Now, last thing I want to do is just kind of emphasize these smaller trees in the back by using whatever I've got left here that I can kind of fit into the scene. We don't want anything to go to waste. The great thing about these trees is that they all can blend together and create a really nice looking scene. And then what I want to show you, the last thing I want to show you with this is that trees create tree litter. Leaves fall, branches fall, and we don't want the ground under our trees to look pristine. So what I'm going to do is take some of this leaf material and just sprinkle it around the base to represent some leaves that have fallen. And these can be anywhere. I didn't glue this tree in, but obviously I would have. And then I can take some of this branch material. This is some of the meadowsweet, and break off some twigs and create the look of some dead branches, and just kind of move that around, place that. And then what I would do is just glue those in place using a little diluted matte medium or some diluted white glue. And I've got a little extra material here, so I can add that in. All right, and that'll do it. Folks, I've just showed you some easy ways to make some great looking trees using some basic homemade and commercial products. Now it's your turn to go out and put some wonderful looking trees on your model railroad.